Happy Flosstube Friday, friends! My name is Kari. This is Tiger Lily Designs. Welcome to Flosstube episode number 30. I hope you're having a great day. Happy July 1st. It is the first day of Jolly July stitching. So if you're participating in Christmas stitching in July, welcome. My channel is mainly about cross stitch. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks so much for coming back. If you're new, welcome. I've got lots of good stuff to show you today. I spent 10 minutes and I pulled, if it's Christmas and it's stitching, it's on the table in front of me right now. We'll see how far we get along. I might save some of it for next week, but let's just get started. So today, let me give you a little rundown of what we've got going on. I've got my whips from the last week. And if you follow me on Instagram, you have seen a little spoiler sneak peek of what I've been stitching on. Miss Mary is back. And I charted my custom quotes. So that I've got to show you and I'm super excited about it. I've also, like I said, Christmas exploded on my table right now, Christmas stitching, and that's exciting. So I've got Christmas whips that I've got Christmas kitted up projects to show you. I've got Christmas finishes that are not fully finished because the fully finishes are way in the bins and the storage and the stuff, but the ones that still need to be finished, I have to show you because I went into my need to be finished box. So I thought that might be fun. I've also got the giveaway winners from last week. I've got some new giveaways for this week. And guess what? It's Christmas themed. Woo! And so let's just dig right in. Like I said, I don't know how much, whether we're going to get through all the Christmas stuff, but we're going to get through some of it. And then maybe I'll save some for next week. I don't know. But without further ado, if you've been waiting to see Miss Mary, she is here. I'm excited to tell you. Now, she is not done. I'm just going to full disclosure. I had such big plans. I had such high hopes, all the things planned, stitching, but my eyes got tired late in the night and I just couldn't get her done because my friend Sarah finished. And that's because today is Sarah's birthday. Happy birthday, Sarah. And we have a new sal. So I have that to show you too. We started a sal today for Sarah's birthday. Mary Morgan was my birthday start from January 31st. And so she was fantastic. And she got her Miss Mary done, which is a gigantic project, before she could start today's gigantic project. But let me just show you. If you don't know, if you're your first time here, you're like, who the heck is Miss Mary? Miss Mary is the Miss Mary Morgan's pattern from Fox and Rabbit. I got mine kitted up from TreeHouse Fiber Arts. There are no more kits. But you can get the pattern downloaded from Fox and Rabbit. I am stitching mine on a custom, not this tanny color, but Rachel and Sue did a little custom color conversion. It's all charted in DMC, but they did a different version. Rather than putting it on a tan color, it's on this beautiful hand-dyed fabric by Sue. And you can buy the fabric from Rachel. I will link her down below. It is Nor'easter gray, Nor'easter something. There's only two grays to choose. Okay, but let me show you. So I have it in one of my project keepers, and it's the bobbin kind. Look at those colors. So yummy. I'm running out. That means I'm getting to the end. So let me just bring her up slowly so you can see. We've been looking at her. We've been watching Mary's progress for months now. And I know I told you guys that I wanted to make her my own. And so in the pattern, sorry for the glare, there's a little Welsh saying right here. What's it say? The Welsh biblical quotation says, "Thou shalt not judge, neither judge." That's what's in this box right here. Sorry again for the glare. I'm just not taking it out of the plastic. I wanted to put something that was more me. And what spoke to me about this pattern was the color and the bright, I mean, it's the rose. Let's just, oh, did you see? Don't look, sneak peek. But it's the rose. Okay, without further ado, I have finished my quotation stitching. She is not done. You will see, because there's some empty spaces. I do want to give her a little bit of border. I am going to fill in and put something more down in the bottom area. So she's close though. But let me just show you. So I charted my own stitching, or my own quote. It's called the stitch. You can read it, but color can speak to the soul in 1,000 different ways. Like I said, color is what drew me to this sampler. 100%. Let me pause the video. I have a call. Okay, hopefully the magic of video. I just edited this right in. Phone call over. Then you gotta stop. You know, technically it's a work day. It's Friday. It's working. Anyway, color can speak to the soul in 1,000 different ways. So this is an Oscar Wilde quote that just spoke to me. I did a lot of Google searching and finding something that it spoke to me. And it did. And so I'm super excited. And so what I'm going to do is down below, there's a link. If you want to stitch it, I mean, I don't know why you would, but just in case you do, it's just a freebie PB. I'll just attach it. There'll be a link to my website where you can just like screenshot and grab it if for whatever reason you want to just chart these letters. Just for fun. Like you can see, I did it all in purple. It's just one of the fun colors from the selection. And then I thought it was super fun to do the word color and rainbow color because I'm goofy like that. But I'm super excited the way it's turning out. And she's so close. Like I said, I had such big high hopes to finish her prior to today, but she'll get more love. I want to put, because I added 2 letters on the sampler, there's actually 2 medallion-y type. There's 2 graphics right here. I don't know if the ones charted will fit. I might go and grab another ones. I might just fill in. And remember, I kind of messed up the spacing. So there's actually supposed to be birds here, but they don't fit. So I might put something else there. Like I said, so I've just got some play fill-in time. I'm kind of done with the chart. There's supposed to be white cats right here. But I've determined the white, like I told you guys a while ago, the white doesn't really show up well enough for me on this nor'easter gray. So I don't really want to do the white cats. So like I said, so now it's playtime. So now it's Tiger Lily play fill-in fun. And then hopefully she's done. And get her framed and finished and all the things. But so she got some love in both charting and stitching and all the things this week. So that is Miss Mary. Hopefully next time she comes out, she will be 100% done. Then I had to find a frame for her. It's gonna be great. So moving right along, let me show you. Is it here? Yes, it is. Okay. There's a stack in front of me. Like I mentioned, so that was a style for a birthday style. So today, July 1st, is a new style that I'm starting. I showed you guys in stories how I was kitting her up. And so this is in one of my project keepers. But there are 28 colors for this. So I could not put it in the project keeper where the one side is bobbin. So instead, I've got my floss keepers. Ooh, upside down. My floss keepers hold 30 bobbins. So perfect. So I've got 28. Those are the colors for this. And look, Sarah made me a little color chart. So sweet of her. So those are all the colors bobbined. Took me 3 days to wind and bobbin because you can only wind for so long. I don't have any kind of like fast forward drill doohickey thing. I put the thread in a circle on one hand and I'm wrapping. Anywho, so what is this? The new Sal, if you've seen, I showed you guys a little like sneak peek in my haul last week, but she's ready to go because today is the start. And so I did get, I don't know, 10 stitches in this morning before the dogs were like, hey, it's morning walk time before it gets to be 72 degrees. That's 972, by the way, if you were just wondering. Anyway, Miss Lucy Calcott from Just Stitching Along, 1896 or 1826. Remember, there's 2 of this. This is the 1826 Miss Lucy. So we've gone from Miss Mary to Miss Lucy. And I am stitching this So excited. I did my little custom cut. I am stitching this on another LFA fabric, another LFA Ada. So fantastic. This was one that I was able to just grab on the website. I got a fat half of it and I was able to cut it down a little bit. So I am stitching this on covered bridge. Isn't that gorgeous? Sorry, excuse me. So covered bridge. That's pretty true. Like if I bring it closer to you, it's going to blow it out. But look at the modeling. Isn't it gorgeous? So it's just a fantastic, I thought it was just, see it's called for, inspired by, but it's beautiful. And so it's an 18 count Ada that I got from Rachel that Sue dyed. And like I said, I got 10 stitches in. Okay, it's a start. There it is. There's my 10 stitches. I am doing a center start just because I'm kind of chintzy with my margins. So let me pull out my project information card. I'm using all the called for, so there's nothing in the substituted boxes because it's all called for DMC. There, like I said, there's 28 of them. So I wasn't trying to reinvent that wheel, so I just used them all. But this is an 18 count covered bridge from LFA. The size on Miss Lucy is 281 by 380. So the stitching is gonna be 15.6 by 21.1. So a fat half is 20 by 30? 20 by 36. 20 by 36. 19 and a half by 36. That's a fat half that I got from Rachel. And so I was able to snip off just the end. So I ended up with the piece that is basically 20 by 25. So I gave myself like a two inch all around because I'm a type framer. I frame myself. I don't send it to a framer, so I don't have to take into consideration that they want that big 3-inch margin or anything like that. I just do a 2-inch border all around. So a center start works best for me. So I can make sure that my margin is good to go. And that's okay. The center is super pretty. It's that fun little, right there is the center, that pink flower. And so that's what my 10 stitches are. Now, my plan this morning when I stitched it, so I was out there stitching on my front porch, or my back porch this morning. And so it's 18 count. Okay, so let's just talk about that for just a minute. So it's charted. Lucy stitched her sampler. The model was stitched with 2 strands on 36 Lakeside linen. Okay, so 36 is equal to 18 count, give or take linens and dye lots and the shrinkage associated with hand dyes and things like that. But 36 and 18, same size-ish. But she used 2 strands. My plan was to use 1 strand. Sorry, you're hearing dog feet walking on my floor. Was to use 1 strand. 18 count is one of those, you could go either ways. 16 count, I always use 2 strands. 20 count, I always use 1 strand. 18 count is those, you got to make the choice when you're doing it strands. So obviously this big girl, it's DMC. So I don't really need to worry about her like eating up a whole bunch of floss because it's DMC, it's easily replaceable. I don't have to worry about dye lots and all the things associated with the hand dye color. But sometimes 2 strands, it gets a little bulky and bunchy. So my plan this morning was to stitch, sorry, I cut myself on the dog this morning, was to stitch, this is 1 strand. So you can see 1 strand. So this is 1 strand. I was going to do 1 strand, fill in maybe about a ½ inch round. I'm going to do some fill in so you could see. And then I was going to do the same for 2 strands. And then we were going to have like a boat. So if you're on Instagram, please follow me. Check me out because I am going to do that, but it's going to be on Instagram now. Now it's going to be a poll in my Instagram stories because I'm in the 1 strand right now. There's nothing bulky. So I can't really tell, but I kind of dig the coverage. It's not bulky. It's super great to stitch. I'm using a 28 count needle. I think I'm using a Bowen needle this time. So I might just go with it, but I am going to try the 2 strands and just see if I even like it or if it's too bulky. My plan, like I said, was 18 count, 1 strand. Get her started. Anyway, so we haven't come up with this Sal. I don't want to like jump on Sarah's birthday start, but we need a Sal. So maybe I'll text her before I load this up and I will put it right here what we decide the Sal hashtag is going to be, because I think we've got a couple friends who we've enabled to join us. As you can tell, this big lady is going to be around for a while. So you've got time. I just went to 123 Stitch, put this in my cart, added all the DMC to cart. It was here within a week. Then I went to LFA, ordered my 18 count fat half. Last time I was there, she still had it. Covered bridge is what I'm using, but hopefully you can join along. But juice from stash. Maybe you've got a neutral or something that you love, fabric from Steph. Anyway, we'd love for you to join us. It's always fun stitching with friends. Okay, that is what I've got. That was my whip. That is Miss Mary, and that's the whip and all the things. Yay! Okay, so let's announce the giveaway winners from last week. So remember, if you're a giveaway winner from on my channel, my email is down below. Just shoot me an email and saying, hi, my name is, insert name here, and I won this pattern. Give me your mailing address and I will ship the pattern out to you. These are 3 physical, original cross-stitch patterns that were donated generously from a subscriber. So the first pattern we have is Glory. Happy 4th of July weekend, friends. So Glory, Karen Brasher is the comment winner. I used the YouTube random comment picker. So the next one was Paws. Look at this cute little puppy paws pattern, or kitty paws. Laura Noel, congratulations, Laura. And our last winner for the Lady Liberty pattern, super sweet pattern, is Carol Omier. Congratulations, Carol. So those 3 winners, just contact me below and let me know your mailing address and I will get these off in the mail to you today. So while we're on the subject of giveaways, just for fun, let me show you today's giveaways. We've got 2 Christmas patterns given away again. So the rules, just so you know, do not use the word giveaway. Make sure you're a subscriber of the channel. So subscribe, like, and comment on the video. So you need to use the comment of the word, the comment of the on the video. But today's feature pattern, there's 2 of them. And this is actually a little bit of a kit. It's not a full kit, but it's got the beads and the fabric. Such a sweet, Believe Always. Look at that cute little Santa dude. And what's great is he comes with the fabric. I can't tell. Includes glass seed beads. Oh, yes, and it includes the beads too. Look at those beads. So it's got the beads, the jingle bell, the gold-plated charms, the photo, and instructions. And it has the black fabric. 4.5 by 12 inch, 28 count navy. It looks black to me, but it's a dark, dark, dark navy and gold banding on 28 count. It looks almost like an even weave type banding. So that comes with it. So all you do is you add the floss and it's charted in DMC. So we're going to use the word believe. If you want to win this chart/kit, use the word believe in your comment. And one more for today is a Lizzie Kate. This is such a sweet little pattern. So cute. And you can see she finished in a pillow, but it's just all these little elf hats. And it says, not a creature worth stirring. And it's got these cute little elf hats. And it's charted in DMC or Needle Necessities. I've never heard of that floss. This must be a vintage chart. Stitched over 2 on 26 count. Navy Heatherfield. 74 by 175. So on 26 count, random size, it measures 6 by 13. So it'll be a cute little pillow like she finished it on. So we're going to use the word creature. Ooh, believe in creature. Those are the words for the day. So those are the giveaways for today. Awesome. Okay. So in the spirit of Jolly July, I've decided I don't have any Jolly July plans. I gave myself grace because it is a busy time of life for me right now, with still the unpacking and the preparing for Lily to go to college and the enjoying my last summer before she goes to college and the day job and the other day job, all the things. So I decided I'm not going to overextend and plan my fun time. I'm just going to stitch what I want to stitch and what I want to stitch on. But I wanted to come with you today and maybe enable you, show you something you haven't seen before that might be fun. Maybe you want to get started. Anywho, so what I did, because I'm kooky, is I set a 10-minute timer. That's how I do things sometimes. Sometimes I just give myself, okay, so if you just like clean, I'm one of those people that just random. I can't, like, I give myself a time limit. Okay, so doing something, not that I don't like to do it, but if it's something I don't want to do, like laundry or cleaning or vacuum, you know, chores. I like, okay, set a 20-minute timer, and then once it's done, it's done. Like, just get it done. Don't hem and haw about it. So that was kind of what today was, because I knew I had my Miss Mary, I knew I had my Miss Lucy, and that's all I had, but that was going to be like a 3-minute video. And so like, I want to share with my friends just a little bit of Christmas. So I set a 10-minute timer for my studio to gather all that I could gather related to Christmas in a 10-minute time frame. And I beat the timer. That's the moral of the story. Beat the timer. That's the best part, is when you beat the timer. And I gathered everything I have. Like I said, I've got finishes, I've got kitted up projects, I've got whips. I went into my whip basket. If you saw my whip parade from January, you know I've got some whips. Especially because I did Flossmas in December. So there's lots of Christmas stuff that is not finished. But the ones that are fully finished are in a bin that I don't have. That's the only thing I don't have today. Maybe I'll dig that out sometime in July. But anyway, so I wanted to come on here and show you guys some things. So we're just going to go through a little bit of the stack. And once I think, I don't want to overwhelm you, I'll save some for next time. But I'll just start at the top of the stack right here on the table. You can't see, but it's fantastic. Okay, so where am I starting? Well, I'm starting with the kitted up, partially kitted up. So how I organize my things. I need to do a studio tour, but I haven't finished setting up my studio, so I can't do that yet. But let me tell you, I've got my things organized. There's a bookcase. So you see I have these billet bookcases behind me. There's another one over there that's basically like a stitching bookcase. And it's got buckets that fit perfectly in the case. And there's fabric in one. There's neutral fabrics in order of this, and then there's colorful fabrics in order, so that's bucket 2. Then I have these magazine folder files that I organize by my patterns that don't have anything, that are just patterns that I haven't stitched yet. I organize them by season, or by theme. So there's like a holiday, so that one had Christmas and Halloween fall stitching. Then there's a patriot. Anyway, so that's how that's organized. And then up above it is partially kitted. So if I start to kit things up, so if the pattern has come out of the pattern magazine folder and it goes into the kitted up bin, that's what this is. So like I said, so I've pulled some of the floss. It's not fully kitted. There's no fabric, and there's certainly more than 3-4 flosses on this. Well, there's actually not that many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 flosses needed. I've got 4 of them pulled. The rest of them are DMC. I have the 3 hand dyed. So this would be real easy for me to kit up, is the moral of the story. But I haven't yet. But how sweet is that? That's Artful Offerings. My friend Rachel and Sue, both are stitching. I think Rachel's finished it. She finished it in the Christmas time area. Sue is stitching it now. But that one I have partially kitted. Super fun. Sticking with Artful Offerings. Now this one is even more kitted. This one has some fabric pulled. This is a hand-dyed 14 count by Patrick magnolia leaf. Yes, he hand-dyed this natural color using a dye bath of magnolia leaves. And then I've got some floss. But more importantly, I'm sure you've seen, but just in case it's on your Cranberry Christmas, another cute little stitch. I shouldn't use the word little because this is 116 by 185, not little. She has it finished as a pillow. And that's like a big, it's not a cute little Dobo pillow. It's on your couch, sit around pillow. Also in the partially kitted home for Christmas. That's the problem with the kitted. Sometimes they block some of the pictures, but this is a cute little sampler, sweet little stitch. It's only 106 by 113 from Plum Street. Pomegranate. Look at those pomegranates, so cute. And then I had, this was fully kitted. I've shown you guys this before, but these gem short ornaments, I still haven't stitched on one yet. The perforated paper. I'm just afraid because I stitch in hand. I'm a stitch in hand. I'm not a hoop user. So the whole like up and down stabbing thing kind of keeps me from pulling this out. If I am just going to have to get her done and pull it out. Ooh, another one that was like that was the Satsuma tree topper. Already comes with all the good stuff and the perforated paper. This would be a quick stitch if I wanted to get onto that. All right. That's that little mini pile. We're going to do one more little mini pile and then we're going to call it a day for the Christmas, just for fun. But there'll be more next week, I promise. Okay, so one of my big Christmas goals in the world of stitching, and if you don't know, I'm not quite sure how there's just no way you haven't seen these patterns, because if you watch Flosstube, you have seen it. One of my favorite designers, let me put them in order because it's so fun, is my sweet friend, Liz Matthews. Hello from Liz Matthews. Her patterns, like, I should have a magazine folder just for Miss Liz, really. I don't yet, but I could. That's just the moral of the story, because I have 5 right here for you. And does that give you a clue as to what this is? It's the Days of Christmas. And so what I did in my Days of Christmas, I have 2 that are finished, and then I have 3 that are not finished. But I thought it'd be fun to show you. So what she does, first day of Christmas, she's got these sweet, the pattern, all the patterns have 2 different options for you, whether it's the sampler or the tree. Okay, first of all, the tree is adorable. Like all of her trees, I've seen them. I've never seen them in person. Bucket list is to see Liz's trunk show, like in person, to actually see a stitching. Ooh, that bucket list. But I haven't yet. But when she shows them on her floss tubes, they're gorgeous. And she puts them in these little antique froggy things. So adorable. But as a sewer, as a quilter, the sampler spoke to me more because in my mind, I saw a wall quilt. I saw a wall quilt with the 12 Days of Christmas as a stitching like center motif of a quilted, whether it's a star. I haven't figured out the quilt block. Hey, because I've got some time. But it's going to be a wall hanging Christmas quilt, heirloom. I'm so excited. I haven't found the fabric. Like, I've got time. It's a slow and steady process. But there's the first day of Christmas. Look at that partridge in a pear tree. You ready for it, friends? So fun. Yes. So I am stitching mine on 14 count. So she is going to be a wall quilt, like, not a cute little small thing. Should have measured, but I didn't. But this is my partridge in a pear tree. So fun. And then the second day of Christmas, 2 turtle doves. The third day of Christmas. So sweet. You ready for it? I love this one. This little chicken, French hen, 4 French hens, 3 turtle doves. This, the quilty stars, that is what spoke to me. That's why I skipped the second day and went right to the third day, because I love just the thought of like, yes, I need to put 3 French hens, 3 French hens. Goodness gracious to Betsy. 3 French hens, but the fact that she put stars and not just like a big blue body, I love that. And then the little mistletoe hanging, and they all have borders. And the great thing about the samplers is she makes them all the same size. Didn't measure the sizes. Sampler stitch count on 14 count, which is what this is, 6 7/8 by 9 3/8. And just take note, I can read this without my glasses, so it's a nice, generous font. Thank you, Liz. 6 7/8 by 9 3/8 is what that measures. So I'm thinking like 3 across and 4 down. I don't know, I have to figure out what wall it's gonna go on, whether it's 4 and 3 or 3 and 4, but anyway, I have the 2. And let me just show you the 4th and 5th. 4th, so sweet. That is some dent stitching right there, friends. Woo-wee. And look at the 5 rings, the 5 golden rings, so cute. I think there was a 6th day. How is that not in my Project Keeper folder? That's the one I think I love about these. So what I do is I have this in one of my double zip Project Keepers. This is the extra fabric. I have a piece. I'm using 14 count something. I will put it down below. It's from Fat Quarter Shop. I bought like 2 yards of it. And because it's got just a little bit of modeling. Country, 14 count country something. It's not vintage country mocha, obviously, but it's like a creamy country. I forget. I'll put it down below. This was before I had my project information card, so then I didn't have to remember all the things. But the other key that's important for my stitching is, if you noticed, which, you know, it's on camera, so you may not have, is that my colors aren't exactly. So Liz charts in both NPI, and she has a very thought out DMC conversion. Gorgeous. I decided I wanted to stitch mine in silk, but rather than using the NPIs, which I did not have any, I did a custom Miss Sadis color conversion. So Miss Sadis is a hand silk dyer from Spain. She has an Etsy shop. She also has her own website, so whichever one you're more comfortable using. But I did a custom color conversion. So, and here's my, again, before my project information cards, maybe I'll have to switch it. So I have a little chart. So this is chart 1, chart 2, chart 3, 4. I'm giving myself little charts. And so the great thing, the other last detail I want to share with you regarding Liz's thoughtfulness of this 12 chart series is she is using the same colors. She's trying to, which means like the 3rd day and the 5th day, there's, 15 colors. I don't know, something like that. But on the 5th day, they've all been used before, whether it's in day 1 through 4. But she tries to only add 2 to 4 new flosses per chart. So that's why it does look like a lot. There's 5 charts. So if you start off with a thing of 15, and then she adds some, and anyway, there's some duplicates, English, because some of them are the original. So Miss Sadis comes in skeins 10 yards, maybe 8 yards. Pickles. I feel like there's so many things I'm not remembering today. And it's a nice, I haven't needed to replace any of the colors yet. I've only stitched 2 of the charts. But it's a nice colors, and they're all working together. And so if you want my color conversion, just DM me. I will put together a project information card that makes more sense than this crazy list of Post-its. But that is the fun, like, I love this project. I haven't decided which one I should. This sweet bird. I know I should go and do the 2nd day, right? I know. But brown birds just don't speak to me. I mean, I love birds. But the pink birds are so pretty. Anyway, I'll do them both. I love the chart. I love it. I just, anyhow. So I'm going to start stitching that. Maybe I will definitely. I love that I use the maybe and the definitely in the same sentence. That is so on par. Something's gonna happen. I don't know. I'll do something. We'll see. Maybe I'll dig that out, something, and start one of those days at Christmas here for Jolly July. That's so fun because, seriously, stitching with these Miss Data silks is like butter. And I am using 2 strands because it's 14 count, so it does use silk. But it's reasonable. Sometimes you need a little treat for me. So that is that one little section, one chart. All right, let me pull out 2 finishes and then we'll call the Christmas. Then we'll call a halt for the Christmas sharing. Just because he was over there right on top and I couldn't wait for him to see you till next week. Is he not just the cutest little dude ever? I think he's going to be finished as well, originally I was thinking a stand-up. Like a flat fold on a framey stand-up thing. But I don't know. I'm kind of like addicted to those pillows. Making the little Dobo pillows. But he'd be a tall, skinny. Anyway, this is a cute little pattern. It is by Mama Witch Cross Stitch. Mama Witch XOXO. I will link her Instagram below. She used to be on Etsy back during Flossmas. That's where this came from. This came from my Flossmas 2021, where I shared a new Christmas pattern every day of the week, every day of the month. So if you want some Christmas enabling and you want to just press a playlist, I've got a Christmas playlist for my Flossmas, but that's what this came from. And this is, like I said, Mama Witch Cross Stitch. It was a big circle. There was a bunch of things around him, maybe little doodaddy trinket ornaments. I don't remember exactly, but this is the dude. He just needed to be on by himself and I loved him. And he is stitched on a 14 that became 16 count, dyed by Kari in the kitchen, Rit dye type of situation. I don't know what color. It was like a combination of 2 or 3 different Rit colors. So, but I love him. And then last for today's show, another finish from Flossmas. This needs to get finished. So it is ready to go in November. Maybe that's what I should do this month, is just do some finishing of these finishes. We'll see. This is a Spooky and Steve pattern. I will link her down below. She is also an Etsy shop. So sweet. This was a coffee dyed by Kari fabric. I used 3 different, kind of just, I pulled a green, a black, and a red. 310 for sure. Don't know. You'd have to go back to Flossmas if you want to know what the red and green are, but it's definitely just a hand-dyed coffee by me. I actually it was instant coffee. And so with the instant coffee, I actually just let the crystals, see the little dots? That's just like the coffee crystals soaking in overnight. I kind of dig on that. If it's going to be a busy, so that if it blends in, and I know it still looks kind of busy, but once it's finished, it will blend. And I'm super excited for it. Okay. I lied. We're going to show more. This is Needle Art by Wendy. Such a sweet little cardinal. And then I've got 2 Plum Streets. These can be pillows like pronto. Stat. Look at that sweet little Mary 1 and Mary 2. I don't know which is which, but they're all super sweet. And I did not use called for those. So here's Mary 2. So that's Mary 1 and Mary 3. This is the Plum Street. And so these are the flosses. I just kept the flosses from those other 2, threw them in this bag because I want them all to coordinate, the 3 of them to coordinate together in the dough bowl. So I used Vintage Country Mocha, maybe 20 count. Maybe. It looks pretty tight. And so those will be a cute little finish. And that's what we've got for you. That's where we're going to stop today, friends. Yay! Are you stitching Christmas in July? If you are, tell me down below what you're stitching. How are you doing it? Are you doing like a stitch per week? Are you doing just like one big project all month? Are you not participating at all? You're just watching? Like, what are you doing? I'm fascinated by it because I love it. All the different ideas, all the different things, all the different enablings. It's so fun. Yay! Happy July 1st, friends. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you get lots of stitching, lots of family celebrating, all the things this weekend, and I will see you next week. Happy stitching.